There you go. That looks better. Okay, cool. All right, we're back on. Welcome. So if you are not familiar, my name is Gabe. I'm with API Nation. With me today, I have Ian Dite, who is our support manager at API Nation. I have Ian Nelson and Brian Clark, both with Mailbox Power. We're going to talk a little bit about them. And the whole idea of this little session, this quick half an hour sync session, what we're doing is talking about how KW agents using KW command, specifically actually KW Rainmakers using KW command, can connect KW command to an app called Mailbox Power. And what you do then is set up automations so that as soon as you add a hashtag, a tag, or something similar, some kind of action in KW command, it'll actually trigger physical shipments in Mailbox Power. So you can say, you know what, I'm going to hashtag this person as brownies, and then just by hashtagging them with that in KW command, it'll trigger an automation in Mailbox Power that actually ships the person brownies, and you don't have to do anything. So that's the idea here. Let me give you a little bit of background here. And also you can see, there's a few people in here, but not a ton, which is kind of the idea. So if you have any questions, anything you kind of got stuck on or confused about, don't hesitate. You can throw it in the chat. You can unmute and just say, wait a second, I missed that. And we'll go back and check it out.
I have a question already. I'm sorry. I'm in traffic right now, so hence the camera is off. But I was just curious. I see this is being recorded. Will this be shared with us at the end?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and email it out to everybody who registered.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Yeah, glad you could join us. Hope the traffic isn't too bad. Cool.
Clear enough.
Perfect. Eyes on the road. All right, here we go. So this is KW command. You guys all know this. Basically, the idea here is connecting KW command. You got all these contacts, these leads in here, and you want all these leads going into an app called Mailbox Power. And when it does that, there's some things you can do, automations you can set up so that as they get sent to Mailbox Power, they get put into automations, which send them shipments. So that's the idea. To set up, and then just a little bit more background about API Nation. So you're going to do this through API Nation. API Nation is just a tool for connecting apps. So you have KW command, and you need some kind of pipe or cord or wire to get the stuff from KW command into Mailbox Power or MailChimp or Google Contacts or your iPhone or any of that stuff. To connect it, the kind of pipe you're going to run is just API Nation. And you can find all of those connections in the KW Marketplace. So if you're in KW Command, you're just going to click the little storefront here, the Marketplace. And that's going to take you out to the KW Marketplace. Ton of different stuff in here. You can poke around in here. A lot of helpful things from different apps specifically geared towards KW Rainmakers and agents. If you click on all products, it's going to show you, everything. But we actually have our own category here called API Nation. So if you just want to see all of the API Nation syncs, the connections you can make, you can just check that box and check it out. So the most popular one right now is Google Contacts. That's basically connecting your KW command contacts to your Gmail or your Android phone, or in some cases your iPhone, to sync your contacts back and forth that way. But yeah, definitely poke around here. If you see anything that you're kind of using, or you think of anything that you want to use, maybe you're like, you know what? I've been using, like Constant Contact, or, actually a great one. I've been using Realtor.com to get leads. So just search for Realtor.com. There you go. You can see Realtor.com will send leads right into KW command. So that's the idea with API Nation. As far as Mailbox Power goes, you can just search for Mailbox Power, and that's going to show you the Mailbox Power syncs, which I'm going to show you how to set up in just a little bit. But before I do show you how to set those up, Brian is going to tell us a little bit more about Mailbox Power and kind of how people are using it and how you can use it once you join and get it set up. So I'm going to stop sharing here. I'm going to see if I can get it over to Brian if he wants to use it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, so I'll start out by kind of explaining Mailbox Power out of the gate, and then I'll move into a screen share where I can show you guys a couple of automations that we're leveraging specifically in the real estate space. So essentially, Mailbox Power gives you the ability to segment your audience into different groups. Once you've segmented your audience into different groups, it can then launch automations. Those automations could be a series of postcards, or it could be a series of strategic gifts after you've completed a closing. And I'm going to showcase a couple of those later today. So when we're looking at segmenting your audience, that could be FSBOs, cancels, expireds, that could be absentee homeowners or probate, or you could be looking at foreclosures. So once you've segmented your audience, you just design a series of postcards that you would like to leverage and send out to those clients or potential clients so that you can then win new listings or win new buyers to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and just kind of dive right on in to how our system works. So if you don't have a segmented audience, the first thing that you can do is you can go in through our system. We have a qualified lead list builder, and you can target individuals based off of geography. Once you've selected your geography and your location as to where you want to actually target, you can dive into the demographics. So one of the very first things that you can see under demographics is whether you want to target homeowners or renters, so that way you can go ahead and find your ideal audience that you are looking for. And Ian and myself are actually putting together another training outside of this, where we're going to be breaking down all of the detailed demographics from the National Association of Realtor Home Buyer and Seller generational trends. And we're going to break that report down so that we can pinpoint your ideal seller that you can, so that you guys can win more listings starting in the next couple of days. Now, once you've gone ahead and you've picked out your list, you guys can see there's tons of different demographics that you can choose from within the platform. Once you've picked out your list and you've found like the time of ownership and all those good things at home, then it's time to launch an automation. So we have some simple automations that are pre-built into the system that allow you to send out postcards for either a series of weeks or a series of months. And so the one that I've decided to pull up for you guys today is just a generic basic campaign that you can send out so that you can stay top of mind with those individuals throughout the year. Now, our system does also allow you to do an image auto merge where you can put the Google Street View image of someone's home directly onto the postcard. So if you're sending 500 postcards to an entire neighborhood, each home is going to have a photo of their house on that card, which is going to be something that will stop them in their tracks, will actually make them take a peek at the copy that you've written on that card so that you can capture their information and start working with them as a client. Now, once you've actually acquired someone as a client and you've gone ahead and you have closed down, let's say, a buyer or a seller, we also have automations for closing gifts that are pre-built into the system. And these aren't just a one-time gift that you can think of. This is something that actually gives you the ability to stay top of mind with that potential client over the course of 2.5 to 3 years, depending on which closing gift automation that you choose. And these closing gift automations also have different price points to them. So we have one that's right around $200 plus postage. We have one that's right around $400 plus postage. And then we have an ultimate closing gift, which I'm showing you here, that's going to be roughly $700 plus postage. So this is something that you guys would leverage on more of a luxury home. But if we were to take a look at this, you can see that there is a paddle board that's going to be sent out. So they have a serving paddle, right? It's also going to send out a greeting card that's going to be personalized specifically to them. A couple of wine tumblers with their last name posted directly onto the tumbler. And you can, of course, customize these and make them your own. You can also see that we have salt and pepper shakers or grinders, excuse me, and these are electric and rechargeable. The last name will be laser engraved directly onto these, and this is all done from our warehouse here in Bluffdale, Utah. You're also going to see that the next item is going to be a wine box. So we're sending a really nice gift right out of the gate. And then as you can see, it's going to continue to send items 90 days after previous shipment. And this is going to last for 260 total days. So you guys will be able to stay in front of, for 360, more than that. It is a total of 3 years that this will actually stay in front of your clients. So every 3 months for 3 years, you will have a gift that's strategically sent out to your past clients that you've worked with, so that way you can win repeat and referral business. And each one of these items has kind of a theme that goes along with it. Now, if you choose that you don't want to send something that is so long and so robust, you can always go ahead and break this down and just send one of these gifts out at a time, or one of these individual packages at one time, so that way you can lower your costs and reduce your costs. But it really is imperative for you guys to stay top of mind with those past clients that you're working with, so that you can generate repeat and referral business. Now, in a nutshell, that should essentially cover Mailbox Power, what it can do to help you win new clients, and also what it can do to help you retain and gather more referral business from clients that you've already closed. So I'll pass it back to you, Gabriel.
Perfect. Thank you. Cool. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, so awesome. A lot of automations you could do there, especially after segmenting your thing. And you can also, the tool Brian was showing at the beginning is a great way to pull, target geographically specific people and actually get more leads that you can then kind of work into your normal business. So now you have Mailbox Power. You guys already know about commands, so I'm just going to show you how to connect it using this sync. So let's do it. There it is. All right. So we are back in the marketplace. There's these two items, Rainmaker, Mailbox Power, and KW Command for Rainmakers, and Mailbox Power and KW Command. If you're a trainer, or if you're anybody else who's kind of influencing people, helping them work through this individual agent sync is kind of the main one. So if you're doing this just as yourself, you're just kind of setting this up as yourself, and you're trying to get all your people who you own in KW Command out to this Mailbox Power app to start sending them shipments. This is the one you want. Or if you're working with somebody who's trying to set that up, that's the one you want. We're focused on Rainmakers today, and the big difference with this Rainmaker sync, it's $49 a month. That is going to take every contact on your team. So even if you don't personally own it, if your team can see it, you can sync it out. So that's going to be the only deal there. So that's and then these also are the automations, the syncs. So if you grab this, you still need to go to Mailbox Power, sign up for an account, and kind of get that thing rolling. This is just the pipe that goes through it. So you can click on it, you'll purchase it. Once you purchase this sync, you're going to go to My Apps here, and it's going to show you all the syncs you purchased, all the different apps you've purchased. And we have it down here at the bottom. This is kind of a demo account, so it's going to show me. Whoop. There we go. Go to My Apps, and it's going to show you where they are. Also, that's kind of an interesting thing is when you go to the marketplace, if you've never purchased anything in the marketplace before, there's this drop down for different accounts you have access to in the marketplace. So if you're a agent and you're also a Rainmaker, you're going to have different accounts up here. So make sure you are kind of selected the one that you want to use. And then if you purchase it, it's only going to show up under that account's My Apps. So here we go. Now I scroll down to the sync here, right here. So you can see this is just the tile to manage what I've purchased. If I want to set it up, I just click on it. It's going to take me out to API Nation to go ahead and set that up. So this is what it's going to look like. It's going to take me to API Nation. It's going to ask me, all right, KW Command, syncing with Mailbox Power. How do you want to sync it? For some connections, we have different types of syncs. For example, we might sync contacts from KW Command out, but we also might sync contacts from another app into KW Command, or we might sync notes from another app into KW Command. So there might be a few different syncs here. For Mailbox Power, we're focused on getting contacts out to Mailbox Power so we can send them shipments. So that's what I'm going to click and hit setup. Then it's just going to have me connect both apps. So I'm going to select my KW Command account that's connected. And the KW Command account is connected automatically when you hit this little tile here. So you click that, takes you out to API Nation, and that does the job of connecting it. So you don't really have to worry about that. Just going to select it. And then for Mailbox Power, all I would do is I would hit connect. It's going to give you some instructions. Very simple. You go into Mailbox Power. In the integrations and API area, you're just going to grab that API key, come back here and pop it in here. And that's it. Once you've done that, you'll have a connection waiting for you here. I'm just going to select it. And then it's going to have you set it up. So it says you're almost there. Everything's connected. We're now just going to create your integration and put it in your account. And then when you're ready, you can configure it and start it up. So I'm going to say, great, confirm that. And then it's going to create my integration here. There it is. So this is basically ready to go. You can hit this big button that says activate sync and you'd be ready. But there's a couple things I want to show you before we do. The first, this is all information we've already done. This is the account that we've connected. This is the account we've connected. There is this option here for sync all contacts on first run. So all that is if you want to bring over everybody who exists in KW Command and push them into Mailbox Power when you start this thing up, really just get it up to snuff, just check that box. It's going to sync all existing contacts, push them into Mailbox Power. If instead you just want to start saying, you know what, I got so many contacts in KW Command, it's going to make a mess in Mailbox Power. Don't do that. Just uncheck that box, and then it's just going to pay attention from today going forward. So if I get leads coming in today, they'll go into Mailbox Power. If I change a lead, I've had a lead I worked with last year. He calls me and I update his email address. That person's going into Mailbox Power because I updated them. Come down here to Mailbox Power, and you can specify which mail group they're going to go into. And so that's kind of where the automations actually come into play here, because you can enroll different mail groups into different automations in Mailbox Power. So for example, we have some mailbox groups, like we have this one for movie night. And we've set up an automation in Mailbox Power that sends them a nice package of gifts, popcorn, I think it is like cookies or brownies, and a little card all around the theme movie night. So I'm going to say, all right, let's send this to that mail group. So that's one way to do it. And I'm going to kind of show you how I would set that up here. So you wouldn't want to send everybody into that mail movie night group. You would only want to send specific people into that movie night group. So what I would do here is I'd come down here to the filter and set up a little filter for the tag. Tag contains movie night. Perfect. Save it. Cool. So now what I have here is an automation that as soon as I tag somebody in movie night, it's going to send them to Mailbox Power, which has instructions that says, cool, anybody we get that's in this group, we send them our special movie night package. So I can do this if somebody gives me a referral or as a follow-up to a good, like listing appointment, or any way I want to say thanks to somebody. I can just say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to tag a movie night, send them a nice gift. So you can do it that way. And like Brian was showing you, there's like really long automations, 3 years long. You can at any point tag somebody and put them in. So we have some people who will tag somebody as like, like successful transaction or 5 stars of VIP. And then it'll put them in a really long automation where, I'm staying in touch with these people because they are VIPs. I know they're going to keep doing business with me, and I want to keep impressing them like monthly with an awesome gift. So you can do that. Last thing here is mapping. This just shows you where the information from KW Command is going in Mailbox Power. So the first name's going here, last name's here. Address is pulling from KW Command, going to street, all that stuff. If there's anything you want to add or change, you can. You would just, but I think this actually worked out. Is already kind of set up pretty well. So the one thing is, well, KW Command does a good job of that. I was trying to think of anything else you would add, because some apps use different things, but this actually maxed out really well. If you ever need to map anything else up, you just hit the plus sign, and then it'll show you what you can map up from KW Command, for example. Like, maybe I want to put source in here or something. You could go ahead and pop that in there. Then it'll be the company name. But for the most part, this all looks good. I got the address. I got their contact information. I'm going to put them in the group, and I would just hit activate the sync. And that's it. Once the sync is active, it just runs. So you don't have to ever come in here and hit refresh or sync or, fetch, nothing like that. This guy is just going to run somewhere on a cloud at API Nation, making sure automatically contacts that you tag or that you update go where you want them in Mailbox Power. And the nice thing is, so we set this one up for movie night, and it's looking for the tag movie night. But maybe you want to do like a bunch of different stuff. You would just hit clone. It's going to use the exact same connections, the exact same rules, and create a second automation. And you can just go through here and do this for a different group. So once we did movie night, now we're going to do, thank you for the listing. Maybe I got to thank you for the listing automation. And then I'll just change the tag to thanks and save that and activate that. And I can just keep doing this with every automation that I want to set up between KW Command and Mailbox Power. So that's basically it. From here, you have just a couple things if you're interested. Brian, where's like the best place for them to land to kind of see how to sign up for Mailbox Power and get that account?
Yeah, it would be go.mailboxpower.com, and I'll actually go ahead and throw that in the chat if you're okay with it.
Yeah, go ahead. So you would just go there, Mailbox Power, sign up for an account there, and then once you have that account, then you can connect it to KW Command using the sync in the KW Marketplace, and then you're up and running. You're ready to go. So it's in the chat. I will also email you that link when I send out the recording, just so you guys can hop on it and do it. But yeah, any other questions? Great, cool. Well, I'm going to email you guys the recording. If you have any questions, anything comes up while you're setting this up, while you're perusing, while you're looking around, just reply to the recording email and say, you know what, I don't get it, or I had it all the way to the last step and I'm kind of lost now. Anything like that, just reply. Myself or Ian Dite will hop on and get it solved for you, and then you'll be up and running. Cool. Brian and Ian, thanks so much for coming. Callie, Anna, Michael, Sharon, great seeing you guys. I hope to see you at the next training, and I hope to see you around.